My stepbrother Julian stood at my father's casket. He leaned over to me and whispered, "You have exactly 24 hours to vacate the penthouse, the business, the cars, the money. It all belongs to me now." He held a document signed by our father, just 48 hours before his heart stopped. It was a complete fake, and Julian knew it. But he had the power, the lawyers, the money. I had nothing, or so he thought. If you've ever been underestimated, betrayed, or forced to watch a bully take what is rightfully yours, hit that subscribe button right now. Today, we're going to walk through the exact mechanics of how a 5-year-long game can completely dismantle a thief's life. I was the operational heart of Vance Logistics, having built the custom routing algorithms that made the company profitable. Julian, meanwhile, was the flashy marketing face, spending his afternoons playing golf on company expense accounts. When my father passed away, Julian presented a forged will, awarding him 100% of the voting shares. I was immediately fired and escorted from the building by security, while Julian laughed from the executive balcony. I struggled, working 12-hour shifts at a low-tier competitor just to pay rent. Meanwhile, Julian thrived, buying sports cars, flying on private jets, ignoring key corporate shipping clients. Because he had no understanding of logistics, the company's software platform began to break down, resulting in missed shipments and furious clients. Then, he called me, not to apologize, not to negotiate, but to demand I give him the master admin passwords to the legacy servers, threatening to blacklist me from the industry if I refused. That was his fatal mistake. He thought his money made him untouchable. I realized his arrogance was his blind spot. Instead of fighting a costly legal battle over the forged will, I decided to let him destroy himself. While I built the net to catch him, I resigned from the competitor and launched a boutique logistics firm called Apex Route. Rather than trying to steal clients outright, I used the proprietary algorithms to identify Julian's most neglected accounts. I approached these frustrated clients, offering them a 15% discount and guaranteed on-time delivery. One by one, the major contracts began to shift. Julian, too distracted by his lifestyle, failed to notice the bleeding cash flow. To cover his losses, he took out massive, high-interest merchant cash advances, putting the family business's real estate assets up as collateral. I, through a private equity broker and a shell company, quietly bought up Julian's high-interest corporate debt notes. Julian had no idea that his estranged stepbrother now owned his debt. By month 58 of the 5-year plan, he defaulted on his loans. Julian's executive suite was chaos. He was frantic, sweating, behind a desk covered in red foreclosure notices. The office doors slammed open. I walked in slowly, flanked by 2 legal representatives and a private security detail. I slid the debt foreclosure agreement across the desk. Julian's face turned pale as he read the holding company's name, Vance Legacy Partners. He realized I now owned the building, the trucks, the clients, and the family name. He looked up at me, his voice cracking. "You can't do this. We're family." I looked him in the eyes, picked up his favorite gold putter, and said, "You have exactly 24 hours to vacate the penthouse, the business, the cars, the money. It all belongs to me now." Sometimes, justice isn't found in a courtroom. It's built in the dark, with patience, strategy, and relentless work. If this story proved that patience always wins, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and tell me in the comments, what's the longest game you've ever played? I'll see you in the next story.